All right, guys, today we're going to do a little different. We're going to talk about part of lesson 1, and I'm going to try to explain to you the difference between taxes and tariffs. So, here we go. All right, so this is Johnny. Johnny's a glass maker. Johnny makes pretty good glass. He makes windows, he makes bottles, he makes vases. He's basically doing okay for himself. And he's making money. People are coming there and they're buying stuff from him. Johnny is getting what he needs done. He's making his money. Now, when he makes his money, and he's happy about it, as you can see by Johnny's big goofy smile here, when he makes his money, what happens is the government has to come through, and the government's going to have to take a part of that money. When they do that, what's going to happen is Johnny's going to feel a little unhappy because he's having to pay money and he's losing his taxes, but the government is going to use that money to do things like protect him, to do things like build roads that his glass needs to get there, to make sure that Johnny has everything he needs to support himself. Now, the way tariffs work is a little bit different. So a tariff is when we put a tax on a foreign good, an external good, something not being made in America, but coming from somewhere else. Now, most of the time that's going to happen for some pretty specific reasons. The government is worried about other countries coming in and being able to take over American industry, production. If all the American businesses go out of business, the only people that can sell us whatever product or good it is that drove them out of business are foreigners. So America wants to be self-sufficient, it wants to be independent, and the government doesn't want to let a bunch of American citizens, one, go out of work and then be basically homeless or unable to make money for themselves, and two, the government doesn't want America to have to rely on another country for its goods. So we're going to take a look at that idea now. Okay, so here's our boy Johnny again. He's making his glass, he's selling his bottles, he's basically doing okay for himself. But he looks around and realizes there's no one in his shop. So Johnny's kind of like, what the heck, man? What's going on? Why am I not making any money? And what's going to happen is Johnny is going to have found compensation. So this is Curly. Curly's from a different country. Curly, for whatever reason, is able to make glass, and he's able to make glass cheaper than Johnny is. All those people that were basically going to Johnny's glass shop to buy their bottles and their windows and all the stuff they need, well, they're going to Curly now because Curly's glass is cheaper. It may not be better. It might be better. But either way, it's cheaper. And ultimately, cheaper is pretty good for a person buying stuff. Now, what's going to happen is Johnny is going to basically go to the government and he's going to tell them, help me. I need help. I need someone to do something to make my business stay afloat. I need to be able to do okay. And the government's going to say, okay, and give them a thumbs up, which is what that awesome drawing is showing you. So what's the government going to do to try to make things equal? How to keep Johnny afloat, but not get rid of Curly? What they're going to do is they're going to introduce something called a tariff. And what the tariff is it's a tax that's going to be put on Curly's goods, but not on Johnny's. And what they're going to say is, since Curly is getting his stuff from outside of the country, or maybe he's ordering his glass from somewhere else and having it shipped over here, they're going to make it Curly's glass more expensive. They're going to bring up the price on it so that Curly has to sell his glass for about the same amount that Johnny is selling his. Now, all the people that were going to Curly only because his glass was cheaper are going to start splitting their attention. Some of them are going to go to Johnny because they like Johnny's glass better. Some of them are going to go to Curly because they like Curly's glass better. But either way, more people are going to go to both businesses, and that's going to keep both businesses open. That is what a tariff is supposed to do. That is part of what Alexander Hamilton's plan was to try to raise money. Put tariffs on the businesses that are coming from overseas so that American businesses can stay open and we don't have to tax American citizens quite so much.